I'm just so thankful, y'all. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Okay guys, so yeah, today's video is a little bit different. I just felt inspired to share with you guys my testimony and my story on purchasing my first home. And it's gonna be relaxed, chill type of discussion. That's why I got my wine here, girl. And this wine, when I tell you that this wine is delicious, it is so delicious. If you like sweet wines, you would love this. And in the future, I do plan to show you guys like a wine collection type of haul or something, just of my favorite wines basically. But yeah, so I'm just gonna be candid and just chill. I'm done with work and I just want to come to you guys and tell you what's on my mind and what I've been inspired by. Now, I have been inspired by my best friend Nicole, so shout out to her. She just closed on her second home and she went with my original agent, my original real estate agent. So I'm just like, I'm so proud of my best friend. I'm so proud. And when I say that she closed on a little mini mansion, she closed on a little mini mansion, her and her husband. So I cannot wait until they move in. And yeah, I'll be there, okay? Like, sis, I'm so happy for her. So yeah, so just her closing recently just made me feel like, okay, you know what, this might inspire someone else or whatever the case may be. So here we are. I kind of wrote some notes so that I could stay on point, because I know me, and girl, I'll be talking everywhere. Okay, so basically I always thought that home ownership was outside of my reach, especially in my early 20s. I always felt like, not that it was out of my reach. Let me take that back. I didn't feel like it was out of my reach. I felt like it was something that I would do once I got married and started a family and all of this, you know, fairy tale thing that I had in my mind of how my life was gonna go. And then me and my husband, we're gonna close on a house and we're gonna do this and that and that and that. And that's how I always imagined it would be, and that I would be using his income and I'll be using some of my income, but mostly his income, okay? That was the plan. But in my 20s, I wasn't even thinking that. I'm thinking like, okay, that's gonna happen in my 30s or something like that. Another thing was, I felt like even though I made like probably middle class income, something like that, I had a pretty good paying job. I worked for a Fortune 500 company. I was always in the corporate world, always, okay? So I made a pretty decent amount of money. However, I didn't feel like I had enough money to purchase a house. So I was like, oh, well, no, I'll just wait until I'm married and all of that. But then one day I come into work and one of the temporary employees was talking about how she just purchased a house and, you know, it's a good time to buy and that Obama has this incentive going on and yada yada yada. So I was like, now I know I make more money than she does, and how the heck is she buying a house? I'm like, this is like impossible. So girl, I went and gave her the third degree or whatever you call it. I just start asking a whole bunch of questions, and she was just like, yeah, you know, I'm about to close and this that. I was like, you know what, it's worth a try of just trying to see, you know, talking to a real estate agent and trying to see if I can possibly get a house. So I was like, it's worth a try, let me just see. So I went ahead and I visited, I believe it was Century 21, so that I can see about getting approved and to see if I would get approved for a loan. So one of the things they look for is if you've been in the same field for 2 years or more. At least at that time, that's what they were looking for. So, and I believe that's pretty standard. So I was in the same field for more than 2 years. They also check your credit, to of course assess how you are with money, and then also your income. So based off of all of those things, your debt to income ratio, all of those things, then they come up with a number that you're approved for. Now luckily I am pretty good with money, and I'm also pretty good when it comes to credit. So none of those things were a problem, and I was able to get approved. However, I know a lot of people struggle with their credit. They didn't have their mama using their credit when they was little, and you know, all kinds of stuff, or you just maybe fell on hard times and wasn't able to pay your bills, or you might not be good with money management, and so on and so forth. I honestly feel like that's something that should have been definitely taught to you in high school. Like before you turn 18 and you're able to apply for credit cards and stuff like that, I feel like they should teach you financial education. Like, how do you not teach kids about credit, and you know, you'll be able to do this and that and be careful with your credit and stuff like that? Why are we learning about 3rd, 4th, 5th level science that 9 times out of 10 we're probably not going to use, but you won't teach us things that we need in real life? Like, I never ever understood that. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, and I think that that's something that should be incorporated just in the schooling system in general. You know, if you've been struggling with money management or credit or anything of that sort, I definitely want to let you guys know about Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community that I've been loving lately. They have classes for finance, for money management, credit, modern ways to manage your money, all kinds of classes to help you learn and also to explore your creativity. If this is your first time hearing about Skillshare, here's a little bit more about them.
Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators. It's a place where you can explore new skills and tap into your creativity. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads, and they're always launching new premium classes so that you can learn something new. They have classes for, of course, as I mentioned, money management, credit, finance. They also have classes for your creative side, like bettering your social media and Instagram, photography, graphic design, DIYs, and more. One of the classes that I've taken and that I love and recommend is video for Instagram, telling an engaging story in less than a minute, taught by Halise Narvez. I'm always looking for new ways to improve my social media presence and bring you guys quality content, so I absolutely love this class. One key tip that I took away from this class was about using horizontal video for vertical content like your IG stories, Reels, or TikTok. You can use the same content if you're being mindful of your camera placement. So she recommended to turn on the rule of thirds grid to help you so that when you crop your video, it will fit perfectly in vertical format. This was the best tip ever and will help me so much in repurposing some of my content so that I can work smarter and not harder. Another class that I want to take and that I think will be helpful in understanding and exploring your finances better is Modern Money Habits, 5 Steps to Build the Life You Want by Justin Bridges. I love the fact that if you weren't taught these things growing up, you could choose to learn more now in order to do the things that you want in the future. So I definitely recommend for you guys to check out Skillshare. It is so beneficial and super affordable. Also, the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a free trial of their premium membership so that you can explore your creativity and learn more about the topics that interest you.
So yes, you guys, I definitely recommend for you guys to check out Skillshare. They have so many classes that I feel will be helpful for you, and that will be helpful for me. I'm loving it so far, and I'm just here for all of it, and I'm constantly trying to learn and constantly trying to do new things. So again, I definitely recommend for you guys to check them out, and thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this part of the video. So once I got my loan approval amount, that was the time where I kind of had to make the decision. Do I want to have a single family home, or do I want to have a condo? Like, what do I want to have? A lot of times people might go for a condo because a lot of times it is cheaper than getting a single family home, unless you're living in some luxury high rise or something like that. But hold on, girl. However, for me, I just didn't want a condo because I felt like, you know, I'm a mother and I really wanted him to have a yard to play in, a front yard, a backyard, and just really have that for him growing up, those memories for him. However, if you are, you know, single, you doing your thing, like, listen, you don't need to have a front yard and a backyard, okay? A condo would be perfect, you know? So it just really depends on your lifestyle. But for me and where I was in my life, I didn't want a condo, and then I was coming from apartment, and I just really didn't want anything that felt apartment-like. I just wanted something completely brand new, you know? So once I decided that I wanted a single family home, that's when the search began. So at first I was dealing, I can't even remember the lady's name, but I was dealing with a woman real estate agent, and she was a really nice lady. But a lot of times they'll give you, I forget what it's called, I think it's the MSRN number or something, with all of these different home listings. So I would be telling her like, oh, I like this house, I like that house, I like this house, I like that house. And a lot of times you have to jump on it immediately, because there's a lot of people that flip homes or companies that come in and buy homes that's in your price range fast. They'll buy it in cash, and it really doesn't give you an opportunity, like first time home buyers, it doesn't give them that opportunity, because all these big companies are snatching these houses away, you know? They flipping it, they're putting improvements in it, and then they're selling it for more, or whatever the case. So it was really hard to get a home. So I'm like sending her these numbers. I'm like, put the offer in, let's go view it, let's this. And I mean, when I say this lady was playing with me, this lady was playing with me, you guys. She was not responding. She wasn't on top of her stuff. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe this isn't for me. Like, maybe this isn't the time for me to buy a house. Maybe I gotta wait for my husband. Maybe I have to, you know, this and this and that. So I ended up emailing her and saying, you know what? Just forget it. You know, oh, I forgot the Obama incentive. At that time, Obama was giving $8,000 to first-time home buyers for purchasing a home. So basically, if you purchased a home, let's just say in 2020, in your 2021 tax return, or once you got your tax return, you claim it and you get that $8,000 back. So it was a certain time limit that you had to get that house by. Like, you had to get that house immediately, okay? And it was like a deadline, and she was playing around, and I was about to miss the deadline. I remember the deadline being like maybe June 1st or something. I know it was like May-ish, June. I think it was June 1st or something like that. Whatever the case, I just felt like, you know what, I want to give up. Like, it's okay, it's cool, this might not be the time, probably this is a sign, and this and this and that. So she ends up emailing me back, and she's like, you know what? No, she actually called me. She was like, Tiffany, this is such a great opportunity and something that I don't want you to miss out on. So she was like, let me hook you up with this team. She was like, I don't know if they were husband and wife, but they're together. And she was saying that he's the real estate agent and she's the loan officer, and she was like, they are hungry and they will get you into a house. She was like, you know, I'm a mother. She was like, I'm doing this part-time. I'm also a teacher. So I'm sorry and I apologize that I can't give you the time that you need, but I don't want you to give up on your dream and on what you want to do just because I can't help you, you know? She was like, let me hook you up with them and let's see what they can do. So I was like, okay, cool. I mean, at this point, I got nothing else to lose. I only got like 2 months left of the deadline. So I'm like, okay. So she hooks me up with them, and when I say he was on it, he was like, it was like a world of difference, because I was used to somebody lagging, not responding, and he knew what I was up against. So when I say he came in and he started, you know, he was like, okay, we have this open house, we have this open house, we're gonna go here, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. We just was on a roll, okay? So A lot of the houses, some of them though, that he was showing me at the time, it was outside of my price range, and I was like, you know what, I don't want to be spending this amount of money. That's why I told you, like, this is, you know, what I want to spend. I don't want to spend outside of this because I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm uncomfortable, you know, and it's just me, and I just can't do that. So we explored a whole bunch of stuff, but we ended up finding a small Spanish style house with a huge lot and a humongous backyard, and it had a lot of potential to build onto it and all of that stuff. Like, given it was very small, I think it couldn't have been more than 700 square feet. It was very small, but for me, I felt like, okay, this place has a lot of potential, because I believe the lot was like 6,000 square feet, something like that. Like, when I say the yard went back, the yard went back, okay? And it had a small front yard, and it was just really me and my baby. So I was like, you know what, look, I can do it. So I brought my mom to come see it, and as soon as my mom came, she was just like, this is your house. Like, this is your house. Like, I claim it. I know that it is. It's your house. Girl, my camera done died on me. I'm talking too much. I hope you guys are interested in this. But yeah, so anyway, my mom was like, this is your house. So she was like, I claim it, whatever. So I'm not gonna tell you, we put an offer in on the house, and they ended up accepting the offer. And this was the first house, because we had put in offers on other houses before and they never got accepted. This one actually got accepted. No companies came in and snatched it. And I was like, you know what, this is for me. So I just kept saying, like, okay, this is my home, this is my home. Like, when I was going through the escrow process and the closing process, I literally took an envelope and I wrote my name with that address. I wasn't living there yet. I didn't get the house there. You know, I didn't get the house yet. I wrote my address and my name as if this was my house and I was writing the letter. And I posted on my cubicle, like, just getting myself used to, this is my home, this is my address. Like, putting it all the way inside my being, putting it all in my mind, everything. You understand? So I'm not gonna tell you, like, within 30 days I pretty much closed. Y'all, my camera is trying to die on me and keep tripping on me, but I'm not gonna let it stop me, because I have to get this out to let you know. But long story short, I ended up putting down $8,000 and I got exactly $8,000 back. So when I say that I got in my house with zero, like, I literally didn't pay anything because I got all my money back. Okay, now I know I had to come up with the money up front, but I got everything back. So virtually, I got in my house for free. For free. So I'm thankful, Obama. Thank you for that program. And with my best friend, she had some other kind of program where she paid less to get into an apartment, because you know, in an apartment you have to pay first and last. I think she had to pay less than what you would have to pay to get into an apartment. So when I say there's programs out there, it is doable. It is doable, you guys. I know that the market is different now than it was back then, but you know, you can definitely give it a try. If I can do it as a single mother with you know, middle class income, then you can definitely do it as well. And don't be afraid to start off small. I started off small, and you know, people had their little comments. They had comments of my area, they had comments of how small my house was. But listen, that small house was a stepping stone and put me in a position to get a bigger house and to have money, you know, and things of that sort. It gave me equity in my house and something that I could pass on to my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't knock starting off small. I will just say that. Even if you know, if you start off with a condo, don't knock starting off, because that condo can go from being worth $300,000 to being worth $600,000. So, you know, don't knock starting off small. Don't be afraid to start off small. And yeah, my best friend, her starting off small ended up getting her this pretty much mansion, you know, down the street somewhere. Like, she's literally in a little baby mansion, okay? So, like, listen, don't be afraid to start off small. And yeah, I think I covered everything I wanted to say. Girl, I got a whole nother story for this house. Girl, Lord, when I say the stress, the stress, okay? If you want to hear the story of how I purchased my second home, then let me know in the comment section below. If you guys have purchased a home on your own, or if you want to, or whatever dreams you might have, you know, or tips, anything, leave it in the comment section below. I do want to have a discussion about this. And yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it. I just want to give my testimony, and part of giving my testimony is just giving praise to God, because I know that none of this would be possible without him. So I just want to give all praise to God, to Jesus, to everybody. Thank you, my family, everybody that helped me out in this process. I just want to thank, because you know, home ownership is just, it's a great feeling. It feels good. It gives you a sense of pride, a sense of, you know, just peace and happiness. And if you have kids, it just really feels good to see your kids growing up in a home, you know? So, and I know that everybody's going to start at a different pace and a different time in their life. So this video is strictly just to motivate you and let you know that you can do anything, girl. Anything. Me, as a 20-something-year-old single black mother, you know, working my little corporate job, I was able to buy my first home. So yes, you guys, that is my testimony. And girl, why am I about to cry? See, it's the wine. I shouldn't have drunk the wine, y'all. I'm fully about to cry. But yes, you guys, I definitely recommend it for you guys to check out Skillshare, learn about your finances. And then even if you don't go for your finances, you know, it's so much fun stuff on there to learn, and so many things that can better you and just help you, you know, just with creativity and just learning new things. It's so awesome to explore your, you know, creativity and just learn new things. So yes, you guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Gosh, y'all, God is good. Okay. Y'all, I'm just so thankful, y'all. And I'm gonna stop. That's what I'm going to do, is stop right now. So yes, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And until my next video, have a blessed day, have a blessed week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. What?